A couple weeks ago, I made a video about Tesla Smart Summon and its obstacle avoidance. I went down to a local parking lot and I set up a bunch of obstacles, stationary things like cups and pylons, and I ran the Tesla through a bunch of tests to see what it would avoid, what it might hit, and how it would react to obstacles in its way. Now that video is linked below, but from it, I got a lot of good feedback from you guys about what I should test next. So today I went back for another round of testing. I brought a bunch more objects with me, but this time I had a twist. I wanted to see how a Tesla might react when the objects presented in front of it, all these obstacles, were moving. And after a day of testing, here's what I found out. We have a bunch of moving objects and we're gonna be throwing them in front of the car while it's on Smart Summon to see how the car might react. We have small items from a golf ball all the way up in size to what is supposed to be a fake shopping cart. First Smart Summon test, we got the Smart Summon app ready. We got our fake shopping cart. I'm gonna Smart Summon the car and I'm gonna start rolling this shopping cart in front of the car and we'll see what happens.
Oh, whoa!
Damn, that was so cool.
Holy crap.
The car stopped.
I thought it was gonna hit it.
The car stopped just before, let the shopping cart go, and then tried to find its way out. We're gonna try it again though, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke.
Whoa!
Oh my God. The car stopped for the shopping cart. That is
Oh
crazy.
my God.
We got a bunch of balloons. They kind of look like a tree branch or something, and we're gonna put the balloons over here. I got a string, and this string, I'm gonna go onto the other side of the road. While the Smart Summon comes in between, I'm gonna pull the balloons in front, drag them across, and see if Smart Summon recognizes it and stops for it. Just stopped for the balloons. There's like 6 little dollar store balloons, 7 of them maybe. Some of them popped, but the car stopped when this got close enough. All right, the moving shopping cart and the moving balloons passed. Now we got a basketball. We're gonna work our way down in size. We're gonna do 2 tests here. We're gonna do a bounce test because the sensors on the car might not be able to pick up the ball if it's just rolling along the ground. And then we're gonna just do a rolling test afterwards to see what the sensors pick up. All right, here we go. Smart Summon with the basketball.
Oh.
No, it did not pick up the basketball, bouncing in front of the car.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
it hit the ball, but it stopped. First time it didn't even stop. All right, now we're gonna do a basketball test where we roll the basketball in front of the car. It's a little bit higher than that front fender, so we'll see exactly what it picks up and if it stops.
And there goes the ball. Oh my God. This is how you get views, bro. This is content.
Broke the ball. Next up, we got a soccer ball. It's not really pumped, but we're gonna throw the ball in front of the car anyways. This time we're gonna try and throw it a little faster than the basketball. It's not really gonna bounce as well as the basketball will. So we'll see if throwing it above in front of the sensors will get the car to stop. Here it comes. Nothing. Now we have a bit of a smaller item, and what we're going to try and do, since this is pretty soft, it's not going to really make any damage. I'm going to try and toss this onto the car in front of the sensors and see if an impact does anything to Smart Summon. See if it stops when the ball collides with the front fender. It's not going to be much, but it'll be something. Didn't do anything. So we've tested the big basketball, we tested the soccer ball, and the small basketball. This was the last thing that the car was able to detect. It didn't detect the soccer ball, it did not detect the small basketball, and it only detected this when we rolled it in front of the car. So I don't think it's going to detect either the baseballs or the golf balls, so it's really not worth testing.
So now let's break down the things we learned from today's testing. First, Smart Summon will stop for large obstacles that are moving even if they happen to come from the side of the car. That shopping cart simulation is a perfect example of the car doing exactly what it should on Smart Summon. If there is a rogue shopping cart in a mall parking lot, you do not want your car driving into it. You want the car to stop That was a correct decision. Good job, Tesla team. And the second thing I learned today is that smaller moving objects still can't really be detected. The Tesla did stop for the balloons, but it barely stopped for the basketball that was bouncing. It totally ignored the basketball that was rolling, and it did not stop for either the soccer ball or the mini basketball. Now to me, I think moving objects the size of a basketball should probably be avoided by the car. I don't think that was a correct decision when the car ran over the rolling basketball. I mean, imagine a toddler crawling behind a car, or a small animal crossing in front of the path of a car. Those are things that you want the car to stop for and recognize. Now, if you remember from the last test, my Tesla was able to recognize smaller objects like a pylon when they were stationary. But when they were moving, it seems like the car had a bit more trouble trying to recognize these objects and stop for them. Maybe speed had something to do with it here. I mean, I was tossing these basketballs and soccer balls in front of the car and they would have crossed the car's path in a second or less. But either way, the car missed them. So bottom line from today's testing, the Smart Summon feature is pretty amazing, but it's not perfect. I mean, Tesla tells you to maintain line of sight whenever you're using Smart Summon for good reason. The car can still run over smaller objects that are roughly the size of a basketball. Now luckily the basketball I was using was soft and it wasn't going to seriously damage the car, but imagine if that had been a glass bottle on the side of the road. That could puncture a tire pretty easily. Now I'd love to know what you guys all think of today's Smart Summon tests. I mean, where's the fine balance between what the Tesla should stop for and what the Tesla should continue driving over while on Smart Summon? I don't really know the answer, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also leave me a comment down below. Let me know what other tests you'd like to see me run on Smart Summon.